All right, I will be sending YouTube over to the Hangout with Maddie. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Maddie. Maddie, I can't hear you. Oh. Maddie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Why can't you see me?
Because I don't think you have video on.
Oh.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I actually have nothing prepared for this Q&A.
Yeah, that's okay. We can just wing it.
The first order of business I have on all of the things I've prepared for this Q&A is I want to share with you. One sec, let me open it.
Am I fuzzy to you? Is my picture?
Holy crap. I have so many things going on. No, it's crystal clear.
Oh, good. Okay.
Here it is. This is the background for the Q&A.
I don't like that. Truthfully.
How does this make you feel? Is it scary?
No, more cringy.
Michael and I recently watched a video from that time in our lives. We watched the Ethan is an Alcoholic video.
Oh, how does that make you feel?
Well, I probably was an alcoholic, so.
Like, you think you actually were?
I don't know. Maybe? You don't really go away from that, right?
Yeah, I don't think you really, like...
You can't just stop being that.
No, not really. I mean, do you drink right now, like casually or like socially or anything?
Yeah, I do.
And like you don't just like binge drink by yourself on like random weekdays, right?
No, I don't do that.
You feel the urge to do it.
Yeah, I feel the urge.
Well, then you might be an alcoholic. I don't know.
So, what has happened since? Because the live stream viewers know who you are, I think, the ones that were a part of Michael's project. So, what has happened since July of 2019? Because that's when you visited, right?
Yeah, that was July, or maybe August, sometime in there, I think.
Also, did you see how I diverted away from the alcoholism?
Yeah, I like that. That's a good
Telltale.
transition. A lot has happened, I guess. Finished school. I moved into my first apartment, like 1 bedroom thing by myself. I got a dog. I got a car. Just kind
You
of
got a
like,
dog?
mm-hmm.
Holy crap, where is it?
Say hi, River.
What's her name?
His name is River.
River.
Mm-hmm.
What was the inspiration for that name?
I don't know. I'd known a couple of coworkers. One of them, like his name was River, and then one of my other coworkers had a son named River, and that was like the first time I'd ever heard it used as a name, and I kind of liked it. And I was like just trying different names when I got him, and that was the only one that he responded to out of like 10. So I just kind of went with it.
What do you do different than most dog owners to train River?
I don't know if this is different than most dog owners, but he has an e-collar that I've used for training because when I first got him, he was a runner. Like he would, any chance he got to get off of his leash, he would run. And at one time I thought I'd like lost him for good. He was like, I chased him probably like half a mile in my neighborhood, and I thought he was gone. And my sister ended up being the one to find him like with her car after like forever. So I decided to enroll him in training where they use these, and it's intended so that your dog can be completely off of a leash, like in any scenario, theoretically, if you take the training like to the furthest degree. But at the very least, like I just wanted him to be able to be like controlled in situations since I live in the city.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just kind of gives me peace of mind. And like if this works from like up to half a mile away, and it's waterproof. His collar is waterproof, and like it works in like any scenario really. So yeah, I don't know if that's different from other people's experiences, but
well,
I know it's different.
Personally, with Harley, we didn't need a collar. We could just bring him out without a leash because of our superior dog owning abilities.
Well, at this point, I expect nothing but everything to be superior from you and Michael. So, yeah.
No, I think Harley was just a special combination of very dumb and very loyal, and so it was like the only thing that went through his brain was like, where is master? And also food.
Yeah, except for when Michael starved him for like 40 days or something like that to help him lose weight. Fasting, sorry.
And it was very successful.
Research-backed fasting, I will add. It wasn't like he was being, well, I know that. I'm just teasing.
And we phased him back into food.
Mm-hmm. A raw food diet, yeah?
Yep.
I remember.
Michael especially, was a very thoughtful dog owner.
Yeah, a lot of care went into Harley.
And then we just got rid of him after he got hit by that train.
Is he still living with Shelby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about when Harley got hit by the train.
Yeah, I mean, talk about
whose dog was it? It was one of the viewers, right?
I can't hear.
You can't hear?
Talk again, Maddie.
Hi.
What's up?
I asked whose dog it was. It was like one of the live stream viewers, right? Like that's how you got him in the first place, Harley?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Maddie, keep talking for like 15 seconds. So I need to figure this out.
Okay. I don't really know what to say for the next
Good.
15
All right,
seconds.
it's good. All right, what did you say about Harley?
We were just talking about my dog versus yours, basically.
Her dog's a runner. I told her Harley, we were superior dog owners. Harley would never run from us.
Yeah, I had to train River, and you guys, just had Harley like follow you from every single room.
That's true. Have you given Ethan a house tour yet?
No, she hasn't. I thought about asking for one though.
Oh, you can if you want.
No, no thanks.
Okay.
I'd like to see.
I wouldn't mind a house tour.
That's a nice couch.
Holy crap.
Hold on, let me
How
flip
many
my
people
camera.
live in your house?
Just me.
You've got a big couch for one person.
Yeah, I figured it's an investment. Okay. This is the kitchen.
Nice. That is a nice, cozy couch. You can have people over with that couch.
Yeah, a lot of people can sleep on this couch, like probably 3 or 4 if you really squeeze.
Like 3 or 4, one of them live streaming when we visit Indianapolis or...
Sure. That's it. It's pretty simple, but
That's nice.
I like it. Yeah, it's enough for me, so.
Is that a water filter I just saw?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, wait, you put the little water things at the bottom of it, though, don't you? You buy water for it?
Yeah, you...
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed my life.
How so?
I just started to drink more water, and I didn't have to worry about like filling like one of the little handhelds that you keep in the fridge. Did I just cut out for a second?
You did, yeah.
I think my internet hiccuped or something. I don't. Yeah, and it's like better tasting, and like I like the purification process better, and it's pH balanced and all that shit. So I like it.
I drink tap water.
What are you drinking, Michael?
I drink Brita filtered water or something like that. Pure filtered water. I have to fill up a tank and then put it, in the fridge.
Yeah.
So I asked Maddie what's changed since the live stream last saw her. She said she got an apartment, she got a dog, she finished school, and was that all?
I bought a car.
She bought a car.
That's it. I think. All very boring, like just what was expected of me moving into this life phase.
When are you going to do something that's not expected of you? When are you going to start living for yourself?
Good question. As soon as COVID really settles down and I can take a break from work.
COVID's settling down here, at least. It feels like it.
It definitely feels like it here too, but I was working like a completely different job. I guess I'm not even waiting for COVID to settle now. I'm like transitioning back into like getting normal day-to-day things done because I was working on COVID response things. I was a COVID epi for like a little while. Like that was my position. And then I transitioned away from that because it was a really hard place to be in, like day to day, like just hearing, I mean, that and like the position wouldn't last forever anyway. So I changed divisions and then I got a new position, but I was still working on the COVID response. Like I was scheduling, like building schedules on the back end of like the IT stuff so that people could get vaccines. And so now I'm just trying to like settle into a more like mundane day-to-day type thing. And there's like so much to be done because it was neglected for over a year. So I'm kind of busy.
Maddie.
But yeah.
What would you say to someone who is skeptical about vaccines?
I'd say there's probably, grounds for that. I personally got one because, how shall I say it? I don't know. I mean, I think there's an approval process and a lot of really vigorous testing that medication in general, like any type of drug, go through to be put on the market. And it's not like this research was brand new. I mean, the mRNA vaccine type has been researched for 20 years plus. And I think that there's a lot of really successful, there's a lot of promise behind this vaccine. And so, if you personally are skeptical about it, I get that. Like, there was a divide in my family, even like my sister and her husband were pretty skeptical about it. But like my parents and I decided to go ahead, or I guess my mom was really on the fence too, but my dad and I were very much like we wanted to get it as soon as possible. I didn't have a negative reaction, but the other half did, like most of them did. So
why would
I get
somebody who's been exposed to COVID have a more severe reaction to a vaccine?
I'm not really sure. Maybe the immunity flare up. I mean, just the way that your immune system responds to it you might be like attacking it harder. To be honest with you, I don't know, like on a biological level, but I'm sure something would explain that.
Our roommate got really messed up from both of his vaccination shots.
And he had COVID?
He had COVID, I think, definitely.
Yeah. That's the reason my sister got really messed up with hers too. But it also depends on which vaccine you get as well. I had Pfizer, and I had a slight fever, I guess. Just like I took my temperature a few times just to see, but I didn't feel bad. I don't know. My mom also had Moderna, I think. She had a more mild reaction than my sister, but my sister also had Moderna, and she had a terrible reaction. They both had COVID. I don't know.
Let's get into the meat. Why'd you choose Michael over me?
Oh, okay.
What does Michael have that I don't?
I don't think it's like that.
What is wrong with me?
I don't think that's for me to say, really. I don't think that there's anything wrong. It wasn't. Is that a serious question? Like, should I actually attempt to answer that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you can. It wasn't a serious question, but I would be interested to hear what you have to say. I don't think that's a good way to pose it. But...
No, I don't think so either. I don't know. I think my initial attraction to Michael and...
How old were you then? Like 12?
12, 13, maybe.
That's
yeah.
10 years ago.
8th grade. Oh my God. That's weird. Doesn't feel like that long. But I don't know. I think it was just like...
if I were an Olympic gymnast, would you have chosen me over Michael?
Well, I guess we'll never know, right?
No, we certainly will never know.
I can't say, I guess. I don't know, like, that I ever actually, like, chose Michael. I don't think it was ever, like, a conscious decision kind of thing.
If I were a girl, I would choose Michael over me, so... But only temporarily.
Maddie, have you seen Ethan's action figures yet?
Stop.
Michael, stop. Ethan.
Maddie,
What are you doing?
Maddie, what has been the most difficult part of the whole COVID time for you?
I think it was right in the beginning, or at least like a few months into it, because I had kind of gone from school full time and like spending most waking moments on the go between school, 2 jobs, and then like friends as much as possible. And then I left for spring break, and then I never got to go back to school. Like I never really got the ending of it. It never felt finished. And then like as COVID went on and like isolation was like still happening, like that was really difficult. I wasn't really like, my parents didn't really want me to come home because obviously like they're in the older age group and at higher risk. Like my mom is overweight and my dad has high blood pressure, and like nobody wanted to get it. It was a really scary thing at first. So I felt really isolated and I felt really like alone, and that kind of forced me to like take a look at like my own life and like what, I guess not even my life as much as like my own brain, like myself, where I was headed. And it kind of forced me into a place of like reflection that I don't think I was ready for. It was a transition that was, I just was not, I felt like I got hit by a train. So
Are you happy to have gone through that?
I'm happy I started the transition phase. Like I'm glad that like I like who I am now more than I did at the beginning of COVID. Like I'm working on things that had been really like present in my life that I didn't notice before. And I've been making changes that I think have been positive overall.
What is one of those changes?
Codependency issues.
Dependency.
Codependency issues.
Codependency.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that?
Yeah. I think me as a person, like I tend to like latch on to people. Like I really need other people's approval, and like I like to people please and like do things. And I've always like kind of felt, you know, whether it's right or not, like if I do enough, like I'll be worth like loving or like having a relationship with, but like only if I do like X, Y, and Z. Like I seek out, you know, approval, and like I couldn't really make decisions on my own, or like just very like classic codependency issues that I didn't really know that I had. But like I started to notice it in my relationship with my mom the most, because I was dating somebody that she did not like. And I mean like at all. And so I started noticing her like trying to force me out of things, or like saying like just trying to control things in my life in general, or like nudging me in one way or the other. And I think I used to let it affect me a lot more. Like her moods would affect my moods. And, you know, if she was having a bad day, then so was I. It was just not like a healthy place to be. And so I have kind of like started to cut that ripcord a little bit, I think, which is good for me.
And so you've found a way to be more independent and satisfied with yourself without the approval of others?
Yeah, I'm working on it, I guess you could say.
Are you still together with that boyfriend?
No.
I might have those issues, but I'm never gonna fix them. I don't have those issues. I'm independent.
Okay. In general, like I started therapy, like I don't even, maybe in October now, I don't know how many months that is, but that is something that's been really helpful for me. And that was because of COVID. I think I initially sought it out because I had some like serious depression issues. But I guess when you start untangling the why, or like the triggers and like the causes of things like that, you kind of start to uncover a lot of things like codependency, or, you know, whatever kind of names you want to give things, but you just learn behaviors of yours that are not like healthy, and they're contributing to the way that you're feeling. So
do you think living in a city is good or bad altogether for you?
I think at this phase in my life, it's a good thing.
To have like all those potential social connections and people around?
Yeah, and then, you know, more career opportunity. Like, there are just more things available in cities, and I'm trying very hard not to limit myself at the moment. So, yeah, I think for right now, a city is good for me.
Do you have any questions?
So you and Ethan are on a desert island. Like it's an island and it's covered with desert. and Ethan eats all of it, and so the island is gone now, and you guys are just in the ocean. What's the first thing you say to him?
Why didn't you share? That's really rude.
And then Ethan, what would you say back?
For buoyancy.
And
Oh, you're just gonna let me drown?
One of us has to survive to tell the other one's tale.
Fine. Well, you know what? That might backfire on you because you're gonna get eaten quicker in the ocean by something because you'll probably be more fatty than me. So.
I'll be very fatty if I eat all that dessert.
all right, I have a real question. You're
Okay.
on a desert island, and you're alone, and you have a bottle and a piece of paper and a pencil. What do you write on? And you're probably gonna die because it's like super. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Maddie, I came back to America for you.
That's
what I read.
Good answer.
Did you name this stream something like that? What was
no,
that?
I just named the Q&A, but I'll go back here. This is the background for
Oh
the...
my god. That's insane.
Maddie, what do you think of my shirt?
I like it. Is this your like merchandising? I know that this is like a company that you guys started forever ago. Like your film, like you were doing like filming things, right? Like you were. This was you and Michael from a long time ago, right?
It's not too far off of what we do now. We film things. We
Fair
film
enough.
everything now. We just filmed less
That's-
back then.
That's true. Go ahead. Sorry.
I have a question for Ethan. If Tony Storm and Rodney Gonzalez got in a fight, which one would win right now?
Stacy McQueen would win.
Wait, I have a
because
question.
Tony Storm's arms are messed up.
I have a question. What are those?
These are my collector's action figurines.
Okay. And
This
like
is
what?
Stacy McQueen. This is Tony Storm.
Ethan gets mad when I talk about his action figures. I'm gonna leave and give him some time to decompress.
Okay. And I have questions for you.
Okay, ask me questions. I love answering questions.
So how long were you gone when you went to Norway? Were you just in Norway with Davey? Okay. How long were you gone?
I was there for like 2 months.
Wow,
2.5
that's it.
months. Maybe 3.
I felt-
I don't think it was 3.
It seemed like you were gone longer than that.
I was gone the right amount of time.
Okay. How was it living like not in America? Did you like it better here?
Oh,
or
no,
better?
just recently I was gone for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
thought
what
you were
I thought.
talking about in 2019 when I was gone.
Oh, no.
I was there
No.
for 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So what was it like living there? You know, what did you do? What was your day to day?
It was great. I ran a lot and I applied for a lot of jobs. Tried to speak a lot of Norwegian, and I hung out with Davey. There was a lot of rejection in that time.
You mean like
Applying.
job wise?
Yeah, applying for jobs, and it doesn't I don't think it drives productive energy to be rejected. My whole life, my career at the time was to get rejected. And it was get rejected as many times as you can was what I was supposed to do. And I think it's really hard to drive positive energy when you're hunting for jobs like that, especially going in underqualified, because I had a bachelor's and in Norway everyone has a master's. So it was difficult career wise, but I think I was pretty content. Financially, I couldn't work a part-time job during that time either, because you aren't allowed to work without a skilled workers visa, or I'm not allowed to work as a visitor. And so Davey just had to bear the financial burden for 2. And so there was some stress about that for both of us too. It's like if I wanted something, I felt like I couldn't have something, and she had to pay for everything that we were going to have. So that was difficult. And the getting rejected all the time was like not great, but I trained a lot. I did a lot of running. That's kind of been like my one thing the last year that has, yeah, it's just been the thing that keeps me going.
Hmm.
And the speaking Norwegian and being a part of a different culture, I thought was pretty awesome. I really liked it. We stayed with Davey's parents for like a month, 2 months, and Norwegian was like the primary language we spoke, and it was like real immersion. Like you have to learn how to speak Norwegian if you want to talk at the dinner table. And so that was cool and fun. She has a really nice family who I enjoyed spending time with. Her brother's really cool. It was fun. I think that there was another hard part, which was during COVID. I couldn't really like develop my own social circle. So Davy's social circle was my social circle, and it was really hard to just get around that with COVID. And so there were definitely difficult parts, but I don't think those have to do with going into a new culture. I just think it has to do with like COVID-19 as a time and trying to find a job during that time.
Yeah. Can you speak Norwegian well now? Like, are you relatively fluent?
I can speak Norwegian well. I wouldn't say I'm fluent. There are subjects that I can talk comfortably about and subjects that I can't.
Sure. That's really cool, actually. Wow.
I learned fast because I took a course and I really focused on building a good foundation, and then in immersion and watching Norwegian TV, Norwegian subtitles, talking Norwegian with Davy and her family and her friends. It just like the language finds a place in your brain to occupy, and then it just hangs out there.
It's really cool. So are you planning on going back anytime soon?
Yeah, hopefully a month.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really soon. And
Yeah.
then planning on staying like indefinitely, or are you?
Yeah, I think I'm accepted to a master's program there. So that's 2 years where I will be there. And we are hoping things work out. Honestly, in a long distance relationship, like 6 months of time apart, things get very difficult in that relationship, and it's hard to know, like, it's just hard to know. Honestly,
Yeah, of course.
it's hard to have as much faith in the relationship as you once did. And so Davey and I are working together to work through that and trying to like recognize it. But there's also a lot more uncertainty now than there was in February or January when I flew out. It was like in January, things were amazing, and we were going to do this, and it was going to be hard, but we were going to get through it. And now there's like questions like when we get back together, like what if all of it's gone? And so I think that would probably affect my ability to stay in Norway for a longer period of time. I think that there's uncertainty there, but hopefully if things work out.
Yeah. So your wording, you said back together. Are you like not really together for the moment? Are you together but not? Like, how would you describe your relationship right now?
We're in a relationship. We are a couple, but just a lot of like the relationship is exclusive. But
Okay.
just a lot of like the like most important components of the relationship to me and the most important components to Davey are like not there in the way that we wish they'd be there. And it's likely, very likely, just because of the distance.
Sure.
And so there is a relationship, but it's not the same relationship that was in January, if that answers that question well.
Yeah, it does. So filling your time then here, other than your Is it an ultra that you ran? Is that the name for it? So other than that, are you working right now? Are you like,
Right now I'm live streaming.
yeah, okay, right. I mean,
I was working. I really didn't like the work I was doing. I felt like life was really pointless for like a while, and I quit my job unexpectedly. One day I was having like what felt like day or 2 day long panic attack, just totally breaking down. And usually my mental health is pretty stable, but the last 6 months have been like not stable. And I was like freaking out, and then I unexpectedly quit my job and asked my stepdad to come pick me up. And it was like a 3 hour drive for him to come get me. I'm like, can you come get me? Then I called him. I'm like, don't come get me. I'm sorry, I'm overreacting. Then I called him again. I'm like, okay, can you come get me? And then I just stayed at my mom's for a week. Just Michael and Clayton were both out of town. And I was just trying to gather myself and figure things out. And there was like financial pressure, and I have to get like visa stuff together for Norway and save up money to go to Norway and do this live stream and the ultra marathon. And there were all these things that I felt like I had to do, and I hated every day of working at the brewery I was working at. It was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, this is so meaningless, this thing that I'm doing, like trading time for money so that I can do the things I want to do, but using so much of my time for that money that I can't do the things that I want to do. So I quit my job, and I did a little bit of like pulling weeds and some Craigslist stuff, helping people move just to try and make a couple bucks. But altogether, I did not make much money, and I have never been eligible for unemployment, so I was not working.
so where would you say that you are in terms of your mental health now?
I think that I still have some significant low points, but doing better, significantly better now. During that time, I was very low, and now I'm doing much better, but like a slow recovery. And there are moments when things get pretty low, but altogether, much better. How about you? Where are you at?
I could probably say the same, truthfully. I think that having a support system, like a professional support system, I should say, like seeing a therapist. Like, I know that this is not true for everybody. You know, not every therapist is going to be good, but I happen to just like stumble on somebody that like we're less than like a decade apart in age. We have had like similar experiences, and I find her to be really intelligent and insightful, and I just happen to like trust her. I think that has really been the thing that's like kept me steady, because I was definitely feeling like life did not matter, and that I was really struggling to like figure out if there is such a thing as like a place in the world, and like if so, you know, like what do I do with all of my time is really where I felt. I don't know. So yeah, it was a hard transition time for me in the past. I would say from like December 2019 is when I really started to like feel what depression really is. And then it's taken me at least up until now to like really start to get a handle on it. But yeah, I would say like things are better than they were.
That's good.
I feel, yeah.
I think that one of the big things for me was just having, I think having fun was really important because I wasn't having fun. The closest thing I got to fun was like maybe existential peace when I was like really running. And even
like a runner.
No, like just when I run, the only thing that I'm doing is running. There's nothing else. What is going on here? Connor, I'm doing a Google Hangout right now. I cannot talk.
Okay, I'm ready for trampoline though.
Okay, call Michael.
Bye.
Michael and Connor, I think, are going to a trampoline place, and I'm pretty hesitant to go to a trampoline place.
Why?
I just don't like doing flips that much. It would be fun to watch Michael do some crazy stuff. Maybe I'll go.
You should go.
That could be fun.
Maybe it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think having fun was really important. Just doing things that like make me smile. I mean, I was training for that race, and that was just like obligations. And although I enjoyed, like once I got into the activities, a lot of the times it was like I have to do the thing now. And if I didn't do it, then it was not like, oh, I went for a run today, that's good on me. It was more so like I should have done more today. Or if I didn't run because my knees hurt, I would think like I should be running more. And so I think that while that I'm not going to get rid of that activity in the future, I think that like going out of my way to enjoy myself has been very important.
I like that. I would agree. I think obligation really like steals the goodness of like things that could potentially have been, fun or like enjoyable or, whatever. So.
Did you change clothes?
From when you called me the first time? Yeah, I was in my work clothes still. I had just walked in the door like a few minutes before you called.
I have something to discuss with you that is not about... Yeah, I have something to discuss with you.
Let's go. Yeah, okay.
What if there's a chance Michael and I can't come to Indianapolis? On a road trip?
So that's okay. I could try to find a time to like come and see you guys.
College Station. You
mean like
us in College Station.
This month?
Wow. Could be early August.
Okay, I just need dates. I need dates.
That's very difficult. In order to do the road trip and to do all the things we want to do here and make it all work, I think I have to extend the project.
Okay.
And I think I can extend it up to August 6th. Now, I'm not promising that I will extend the project, but I'm saying in order to do everything that I think would make the project as good as it could be, it would require extending it a couple days. So, you come to College Station potentially towards the end. That gives you more time to plan.
Okay. Yeah, I need as much of a plan as you can give me.
Okay, let me look at this.
So that I can look at flights and reading glasses. Okay. Yeah, I just need to be able to like have some sort of an idea of things because I've got river and work and there's the flight situation. So
work. That's going to stop you. I don't know how to use glasses like that. I tried to do it in a dramatic way, but it didn't work. You've got river and work.
Those are my two. And then the third would be flight prices, which are like astronomical right now.
Well, you have a car, don't you?
Yeah, but I am not going to drive to College Station. It's like 15 hours by myself.
Well, bring a friend.
I could try to kidnap Kelby. Michael, I'm sure, would love to see her.
That is a very funny dynamic. Oh my god.
It's not, actually. I don't find it funny at all.
No. Just the whole. Yeah, I think that's absurd. I think you'll find that Michael is a little bit more laid back now than he has been in the future, or has been in the past.
Okay.
Michael's not as pedal to the metal, but he is pedal to the metal with the Livestream project, which I love.
Yeah. So what happens if I can't make it out to College Station? Does that mean that I'm just never going to see you again?
No, you'll probably see me again. I mean, we have our paths have intersected enough now to assume that it's a recurring theme.
I would agree with that. A decade worth of things. Yeah.
I don't know if we can't make it out to Indy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that is going to develop with time. I still would like to go out there. I mean, the guy who I ran the ultra marathon with, Connor Ritzy, I would love to see him, love to see my dad, love to see Valpo, love to see you in Indy. That would be fun. But I don't know how manageable that will be, especially with when it comes to fundraising for that. It's a lot extra, a lot more hotels, and a lot more miles, surprisingly, of driving to get to there. But, I mean, we'll see. Michael and I can always do like a less comfortable road trip as well. And that will save some money, which we've talked about. But I think that would just be pretty bad for like the project itself, for us to be driving like 16-hour days.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
But if you are open to coming to College Station, that would be very cool.
Yeah, I just have to know like some idea of a plan as it develops. It doesn't have to be like right at the moment. I'm not like so worried about work. So worried about work. Like I think I'll be able to get the days. I just have a couple of like conference things that I know that I have to attend that I can't get out of towards the end of the month.
Towards the end of July?
The end of July, and then the first week of August. I think it's the 4th and 5th, I want to say. I have like very important, like I've been working on a project like myself that I'm working on presenting to a lot of constituents, so I can't miss that.
Wow, okay. The 4th and 5th, that is probably, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, my friend Daisy was trying to FaceTime me.
That's okay. That is kind of an unfortunate time, but I think we can work it out. And hopefully we can all see each other and hang out before the project is over.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, like I said, before the project is over, I could, make things simpler and like just come to you guys as well, like afterwards.
I might be, depending on how everything goes, I still don't have a passport because I renewed it and expedited it, but I'm waiting for it. I might be hightailing it to Norway as soon as the project's over, like the day after, getting on a flight. But that's not a guarantee. So, no, we don't know.
You don't want to go trampolining, right?
Well, I talked to Madison, my consultant, and I may have received advice to go to the trampoline place.
Okay.
Even if I don't want to. Stop it. Stop it.
Go trampoline.
Hey, that's enough. Even if I don't want to send a bunch of crazy flips, I think it still could be fun to go there.
Okay. Well, Connor's ready right now.
Connor's ready right now. Okay, Maddie, would you like to wrap this Google Hangout up? The Zoom
Sure.
call? Okay. I don't really know how to end these things yet. I just don't know what order to close tabs in. I'm kind of scared because I don't want to give away sensitive information. But
Okay.
it was good talking to you. Thank you for being a part of the Livestream project. Archived forever now. This conversation, talking about like our mental health, that's kind of that's a good thing to do. Like it's good to put that out in the world. So thank you
Yeah.
for being a little vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me, and I hope you go to the trampoline place, and I want to see you do one flip if you do go, and I'll watch on the stream. Just one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me know as things develop, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, I will. Bye,
All
Maddie.
right. Bye.
What? Gotta end this.